1 minute, 25 seconds. Hoping everything records. Thank you for coming. It's a little bit almost done, almost a wait. Almost 1:25. Okay, 1 minute, 25 seconds. Welcome to Victory EA. Welcome to my live stream. Today, in the NBA playoffs, the Houston Rockets played against the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Houston Rockets defeated the Los Angeles Lakers in game one of their playoff series. So I have a special lineup. At point guard, Russell Westbrook, Houston Rockets. At shooting guard, James Harden, Houston Rockets. At small forward, LeBron James, Los Angeles Laker. At power forward, PJ Tucker, Houston Rockets. And at center, Anthony Davis, Los Angeles Lakers. I have James Harden court and Laker jerseys and Houston Rockets jerseys. Now let's hurry up and play against our Facebook friends. Thank you for coming. My opponent has a point guard, Nikola Jokic, and a power forward is a Pascal Siakam, which is Scott from this promo. And has that beautiful court that we got from last promo. Nikola Jokic with the ball. He has Denver Nuggets jerseys, and I have Los Angeles Lakers jerseys. As today, the Los Angeles Lakers lost to the Houston Rockets. Andre Iguodala with a layup. Russell Westbrook with the ball. Gives the ball to LeBron James as Nikola Jokic, the Joker, steals the ball and goes in for a nice dunk. This is a balance card, so you can put him anywhere on your lineup. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, backcourt, both from Los Angeles area. Nikola Jokic gives the ball. J.R. Smith. Look at Nikola Jokic's cleats or his leggings. All black leggings. Russell Westbrook with the ball. Now today, the Houston Rockets, with their small ball lineup, actually defeated the Los Angeles Lakers. It was quite surprising. Quite surprising to see. So we will see. It's only one game, but we will see in the second game. We'll see in the second game how well the Houston Rockets do against a very tall lineup from the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers, their center is JaVale McGee. Their power forward is Anthony Davis. Very tall front court in the NBA. I think the tallest front court in the NBA. And Anthony Davis could easily play center for most teams. But right now he's playing power forward for the Los Angeles Lakers. And of course, the Houston Rockets have a very unique, ahead of their time lineup with PJ Tucker now at center. 6 feet 9 inches. Very short. PJ Tucker. Sports Fan Center. Hi, thank you for coming. And Intelligent Giant. Hi, thank you for coming. How are you? I am good. How are you doing, Intelligent Giant? Yeah, I'm disappointed by the Lakers today as well, as they lost to the Houston Rockets. Quite surprising that they lost to the Houston Rockets in game one. Hopefully they'll play better. Now, before the virus, the Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers, when the Houston Rockets traded Clint Capella, their center, and first time are using their small ball lineup with PJ Tucker as their center. They played against the Lakers at Staples Center, and the Houston Rockets defeated the Los Angeles Lakers with their small ball lineup. And so a lot of people in the media keep talking about that. That the Houston Rockets have defeated the Los Angeles Lakers before with that small ball lineup. Sort of an experiment in the NBA. As centers now, in this era of the NBA, are less important. And we have more three-point shooting. And centers that dominated the NBA. Dominated NBA history if you really think about it. Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain. And of course in the 90s as well. With Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon. And those big men, you give them the ball. And they go in the paint with their post moves. It's a very slow way of playing basketball. And Daryl Morey, the general manager of the Houston Rockets, probably believes that the future of the NBA is more of a fast-moving type of game with a lot of three-point shots instead of post moves that traditionally centers would use. JML34, thank you for coming. How are you? I appreciate it. And if you guys are from California, you'll know that today it was starting to get very hot, and then tomorrow it'll be very hot. For me, it'll be in my area is what will be 102 degrees tomorrow. And then on Sunday it'll be 105 degrees. Very hot. So stay safe and drink plenty of water. As Anthony Davis drives in for a layup shot. Now that was my Anthony Davis superstar. And I haven't really been playing on this account. But today I put in the shards and I got him to 90 overall, Anthony Davis. Which is pretty good because since I don't play much on this account. It was an 86 overall Anthony Davis. I got him to 90 overall. I pretty much not doing much. Hello, Mark Bowen. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your support. And also, congratulations on your success of your channel. Congratulations on everything. I appreciate your support. My opponent has a Sean Marion, 104 overall. And Anthony Davis as well, but a power forward. Then we're going to go into this lineup. Under Armour court. Just like the brand, Under Armour. He has a Kyrie Irving at point guard. We have Russell Westbrook at point guard. And my lineup's filled with players from today's games. LA Lakers and Houston Rocket players. This time I think I have home court. Because I have these Houston Rockets jerseys. Although it's his court. My home court was the James Harden court. Russell Westbrook with the ball. Russell Westbrook, not a great three-point shooter, but a very great mid-range shooter. Gives the ball to Anthony Davis, and gets his shot blocked. Kyrie Irving with the ball. Now this experiment that Houston Rockets are doing, small ball lineup, I'm very interesting. I'm very interested in that lineup, and I don't know why, but the Houston Rockets are probably, for the last few seasons, one of the most interesting teams in all of the NBA. As Daryl Morey, he went to the University of MIT, so he's a very intelligent person, and he's very ahead of his time, and he believes in this small ball lineup, and of course, more three-point shooting. I think the Houston Rockets shoot the most three-pointers in all of the NBA. And they do not shoot that many mid-range shots. But of course, you still go in the paint for some slam dunks and some layups. So that's your two-point shot. And another thing about the mid-range shot, people make a big deal about how the Houston Rockets only shoot three-pointers. But if you actually watch the game, they sometimes shoot mid-range shots. As I said, Russell Westbrook shoots a lot of mid-range shots. And when they're tired and everything, when they're exhausted, when they can't make a three, they do shoot some mid-range shots. So if you just watch highlights on YouTube, you just think the Houston Rockets just shoot threes. Or you just hear about from ESPN or TNT that they only shoot threes. They do shoot some mid-range shots. And every team in the NBA still shoots some mid-range shots. And also sometimes when your opponent's guarding you and you're trying to shoot a three, but your foot is on the line, that counts a mid-range shot too. So that's 2 points now. Kyrie Irving with the ball. Durant with the ball. Who do you think is better, James Harden or Anthony Davis? I believe that. Well, one of my favorite players is James Harden. I love watching him play. So I think James Harden is a better player than Anthony Davis. But they're very different players. As James Harden's a shooting guard, point guard, and Anthony Davis is a power forward, center type player. So they're different players. But if I had to pick, I'd pick James Harden over Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis, because he's a power forward, he has to rebound, block shots more. So, of course, Anthony Davis is better at defense than James Harden. And James Harden is amazing in offense. And thank you for coming and thank you for the support, you guys. As we're in Golden State, Chase Center. Chase Center is a American U.S. bank, like Bank of America. We both got yellow jerseys. I have LA Laker jerseys. And Luka Doncic, number 77. See that mid-range shot right there. So, sir, every NBA team still shoots some mid-range shots, but not as much. But they're definitely, in this era of basketball, started basically with Golden State around 2015 to right now, 2020. Right now in this era of basketball, lots of three-point shots. And sometimes even shots from the logo or even half-court shots. As you see with Stephen Curry and Damian Lillard, a lot of logo shots. So very hard to guard these players today. So give them a lot of credit. Today's NBA players, incredible three-point shooters. In the 90s, they shot more mid-range shots, two-point shots. So very different game from today. Luka Doncic with the ball. Devin Booker with a dunk. So James Harden with the ball now. Gives the ball to Russell Westbrook. Russell with the ball now. Now, a lot of people there's a lot of haters of Russell Westbrook. They think that the Houston Rockets are better without Russell Westbrook. A lot of people dislike Russell Westbrook. But I would say, in the Houston Rockets, the past few seasons, James Harden has disappointed in the playoffs, especially in very important games. James Harden honestly has been disappointed and been very exhausted. If you look at him, very exhausted, as he does so much for the Houston Rockets offensively, as he scores all these points, and he also passes the ball a lot. So he's their point guard and shooting guard at the same time. So James Harden does so much for the Houston Rockets, and I definitely think Russell Westbrook is there to help him. So James Harden is less exhausted, less tired. So I hope Russell Westbrook is there to help him. And he's doing that right now, but hopefully James Harden gets that help from Westbrook. So I like Westbrook. And even though there's a lot of haters of him, I wish him well and I hope he has a lot of success. And that'll be pretty amazing if the Houston Rockets win the NBA championship. It'll be great to see James Harden win the NBA championship and Russell Westbrook win the NBA championship as well. That'll be very cool. Let's play this team. The Bucks played well in their last game. Yeah, I think it was quite close. The Bucks. Let me look it up for a second. And the Bucks are a very talented team. As they are the number one seed in the East. They won 56 games and lost 17 games. I believe it's tonight that they lost to the Miami Heat again. So unfortunately for them, looks like they're now down 3-0. A lot of people have told me that Miami Heat are very good. And it's quite surprising that they're so good. Because they have two rookie players, Tyler Hero and Chris Nunn. And usually rookie players do not do well in the NBA playoffs. They usually do not do well. As the NBA playoffs is all about experience, and a lot of veteran players usually step up in the game. But they have Bam and they have Jimmy Butler as veteran players. So Jimmy Butler definitely stepping up, adding to his legacy that he belongs as one of the top players in the NBA. And I'm happy for them. Happy for the Miami Heat. I do think the next game, the Bucks probably will win one game. But it looks like the Miami Heat are going to defeat the Milwaukee Bucks. And there will be a lot of rumors this offseason of many teams trying to pursue Giannis Antetokounmpo. Whether that be the Golden State Warriors or the Toronto Raptors, there'll be a lot of people trying to pursue, trying to get the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo. I said before, the Milwaukee Bucks are sort of like a one-man team because Giannis is so good And they also have a second All-Star in Chris Middleton. But sometimes it feels like they're like a one-man team. Even though there's a lot of great players, a lot of great role players on that team, and they're very deep. It sometimes feels like a one-man team. A little bit like LeBron James in his first few seasons with the Cleveland Cavaliers, a young LeBron James. So if Giannis cannot win in Milwaukee, he might demand a trade. Because I believe the Bucks gave him a contract extension. Now, Golden State has a second overall pick in the draft. Maybe they'll trade the second overall pick with other players and try to get Giannis. That's also possible. And if I'm Golden State, I'll definitely try to do that, of course. Let's play this other game. My last live stream, we were talking about who the oldest player in the NBA is. The oldest player in the NBA. And I looked it up again. It would be Jamal Crawford, who's playing for the Brooklyn Nets. And second, it would be Kyle Korver, playing for the Milwaukee Bucks. Then third would probably be Tyson Chandler. And then Carmelo Anthony. Then LeBron James. As last time we were talking about the oldest players in the NBA. Fun fact. Jamal Crawford, born 1980, is now 40 years old. And he did play for the Brooklyn Nets. And Kyle Korver on the Milwaukee Bucks. He is 39 years old, born 1981. And he's still playing for the Milwaukee Bucks. From the 2003 NBA draft. The amazing draft with LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade. Now Tyson Chandler from the 2001 NBA draft. But he's 37 years old, born 1982. And then you have Carmelo Anthony, born 1984, 36 years old now. And you have LeBron James, born 1984. Same year as Carmelo Anthony, but he's 35 years old. Carmelo Anthony older than LeBron by a couple months. Carmelo was born in May, and LeBron was born in December. So around a little bit after Christmas, LeBron James will be 36 years old. Science Sweat. Suman, ma'am, thank you for coming. I appreciate the support. Thank you for coming. And Aggressive Dog Gaming, thank you for coming as well. I appreciate the support. How are you? Hope you had a great night. Hope you have a great weekend as well. And I have a special lineup of Laker players, Los Angeles Laker players, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Houston Rocket players, PJ Tucker, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, as the Houston Rockets defeated the Lakers tonight. And today's Friday. Hope everybody had a great Friday. I hope you're enjoying your night. And hope you have a great weekend as well. Thank you for the support and thank you for coming. Now we're going to play our next game. Now on Sunday on ABC, Channel 7 in California. Throughout the country, ABC will have 2 games on their schedule, and we will get to see the second game, Houston Rockets versus the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'll say this, that the Houston Rockets defeated the LA Lakers tonight, but in LeBron James we trust. LeBron James probably is not going to lose in the second round. Now he's older LeBron James, but I do not think LeBron's going to lose in the second round. And you see LeBron James tonight blocked Russell Westbrook many times. Blocked him many times. So he still has some good defense in him. He's older now, but LeBron James, even though he's 35 years old, can still play really great defense. And the older he is, he's tired. So he's not going to play defense like when he was younger, but he can still play some defense, still block some shots. As you see, remember in the NBA Finals when LeBron James blocked Andre Iguodala's shot. Blocked his shot. Chris Smollett, old school player, Golden State Warriors, with a nice little layup shot. Russell Westbrook with the ball. Now, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, both from the LA area. And I believe both grew up Los Angeles Laker fans and fans of Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. So they're both from the area. So they're very familiar with the Los Angeles Lakers franchise. For sure. Also, I want to say, because they're playing the bubble in the Orlando Disney World, because of that, there really isn't home court. So anything could happen. So maybe if you lose 2 games, you might come back and win 2 more games. There's no home court and there's no audience to cheer you on. So it's a very strange year, 2020. So anything could happen. Surprisingly, no upsets right now. The better teams, the higher seed has won in the playoffs. So surprisingly, I'm kind of disappointed. I expected there to be more upsets. Aggressive Dog Gaming, I am using Mobizen Live. You know, Mobizen the screen recorder. And I'm happy to see that the stream looks good. Most people use Omelette Arcade. Omelette Arcade is kind of slow for me. So I'm using Mobizen Live screen. It's a screen recorder usually, but I'm happy to hear that it's doing well, and hope you are well as well. Aggressive Dog Gaming. If anybody's still here watching, what state are you guys from? I would love to know. Or what country are you from? It's always interesting to meet people from other countries, especially online. Now, James Harden, born August 26, 1989. So he's 31 years old. He was born at Bellflower, California, Los Angeles area. Now, James Harden, last time in another live stream, people have asked, is James Harden still in his prime? He's 31 years old. And I would say he's definitely still in his prime, as he's played basketball very well right now. And usually NBA players, their prime is around 28 years old. And the prime meaning when they're playing their best basketball. And they're not too old, not too young. So I'll say James Harden definitely is in his prime right now. But as every day goes by, as every year goes by, James Harden is much older. He's going to age as a basketball player, and eventually he'll retire one day, of course. Not in the near future, but one day. And then Russell Westbrook, he was born November 12, 1988. He's 31 years old. He was born at Long Beach, California, LA area. So essentially right now they're the same age. Russell Westbrook and James Harden went to University of Arizona State for 1 season. No, 2 seasons. Now we get locked off from the game, but we're going to try and get back into the game. And Coach CJ, thanks for coming. I just saw your message. Thank you for coming. Wait to get back into the game. Now imagine if the Houston Rockets win a championship this year. That'll be amazing. Russell Westbrook, James Harden win their first championship. It'll be together. And then next season, Brooklyn Nets have a healthy Kevin Durant. And then, of course, a lot of people want to see the Brooklyn Nets versus the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals. Kevin Durant versus James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Former teammates, former best friends. So, that'll be amazing NBA Finals to watch just for the drama, the soap opera between those players. The media will definitely love an NBA Finals like that. But it remains to be seen if the Houston Rockets will win the NBA championship. If they can even defeat the LA Lakers. I definitely think the Lakers are still the favorite. Now, Charles Barkley, he says many things. The great Hall of Famer Charles Barkley works for TNT right now. He says many things, some wrong, some right, but he does not like the Houston Rockets, and he does not like the small ball lineup. And back then, he also did not like the 3-point shooting. All the 3-point shooting from the Golden State Warriors. He did not like that. So he does not like the Houston Rockets as well. Even though he was a former Houston Rocket, he likes the traditional NBA roster and lineup of big men kind of dominating the ball. So he thinks that JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, those three very tall big men, traditional centers, will dominate the Houston Rockets in the paint, especially against PJ Tucker and Robert Covington and all those tweener power forwards and those power forwards that shoot a lot of 3-point shots instead of the traditional post-up power forwards and centers of the old NBA, the 90s NBA. All right, now let's go play against our Facebook friends. And thank you for anybody that came. I appreciate your support. Now, my opponent has James Harden as shooting guard. So, James Harden versus James Harden. Drip Productions. Hey, thank you for coming. I appreciate the support. How are you? My opponent has Venice Beach Court. And if you've ever been to Venice Beach, a very beautiful beach from Southern California, as James Harden and Russell Westbrook were born in the Los Angeles area. So they're both very familiar with the Los Angeles Lakers, as they probably rooted for the Los Angeles Lakers when they were kids. Info spot 411. Hello, thank you for coming. I appreciate your support. Thank you for coming. I am good, Drip Productions. I hope you're well. How are you? And Info spot 411. How are you as well? And Drip Productions is like 2 a.m. in Florida. So it must be very late where you're from. And I think Info spot 411, I think you are from, right now it is, I think 1 a.m. in Michigan. So my lineup, of course, players from the Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers. So we have Russell Westbrook and James Harden in my backcourt. My front court, I have PJ Tucker, Anthony Davis. In a small forward, I have LeBron James. Now, in terms of NBA news, today, NBA 2K21 came out. And I've never really played those games, the 2K games, but today it came out and it's a very big deal. As many people, many YouTubers play that game. Let's play another game. And I'm more curious of what the rookie players, the new NBA rookie players look like. Like LaMelo Ball, like Anthony Edwards, like Cole Anthony. Those are what I'm more interested in versus any other players. Now, Manu Ginobili, as you saw in the live pass a couple of weeks ago, EA got back Manu Ginobili's rights in this video game. As Manu Ginobili, they hadn't had a card for him in a long time since he retired in like 2019. They did not, for like 1 year, they did not have a Manu Ginobili card. So I was quite surprised when they got Manu Ginobili in the live pass. Now, I expect that NBA 2K21 has a Manu Ginobili player in the game or a card in their game. So I know they have an all-time best players team. So I expect Manu Ginobili is on that roster of all-time San Antonio Spurs teams, as Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, David Robinson should also be on the all-time Spurs team. But it's always interesting to know the different video game companies and who has rights to certain players. As I said before, Reggie Miller is not in any video game, 2K or EA. Charles Barkley is not in any video game, EA or 2K. Also, Tayshaun Prince, Detroit Piston, a great role player for the Detroit Pistons. He is not in either video game, 2K or EA. So it's always interesting to see who's in the video games and who has rights to who with whatever player. Gaming with Jatari. Hey, thank you for coming. And no problem. School is more important. Good luck in school. Congrats on 1K. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Gaming with Jatari. And I actually just played against your team. Venice Beach Courts. Every day I live stream, so I think I always end up playing your team. But you just missed it. I just played your team. And info spot warm 411. Good. Just laying down. Yeah. Okay. Detroit is 2 a.m. as well. So there's a 3-hour time difference. And I appreciate your support for coming. Yo, what's up? Thank you for coming, Rebounder. How are you? How are you doing? Yeah, so good afternoon to you. Also, for anybody who's still here, looks like I have 5 people still here. I always say, for the people still here, check out each other's channels and support each other. Great reviews of different products, great live streams of different, talks a lot about different things in the news. So check out each other's channels and support each other. What do you have, Nash or Kidd? I'd rather have Steve Nash. Because they're both great players, both great point guards. But Steve Nash, personality-wise, I think is a better person and a better teammate. And as coaches, I would also rather have Steve Nash as my coach over Jason Kidd, because Steve Nash seems like a really great person. I'm locked out of the game, but I'm going to try to get back into the game. Who would you rather have, Steve Nash or Jason Kidd? And they're both really passers. And they're really both great three-point shooters. Jason Kidd at the end of his career was a great three-point shooter for the Dallas Mavericks. And the beginning of Jason Kidd's career, when he was a rookie, he was not a very good three-point shooter. So a lot of people compare Lonzo Ball to Jason Kidd. So Jason Kidd, when he first came to the NBA, was like Lonzo Ball. So Lonzo Ball, he can improve his game. He can improve his shooting, three-point shooting. It is possible. Why Jason Kidd over Steve Nash, rebounder? Is it because you are a Nets fan? Dr. J or Oscar Robinson? Those are 2 old school, very talented players. And honestly, I don't know too much about them. Okay. was famous for all his slam dunks. Played for the 76ers, Philadelphia 76ers. And won one NBA championship. And Oscar Robertson was a little bit like Russell Westbrook is right now. Triple-double machine. New Jersey Nets also have retired Dr. J's number. Now let's look at Oscar Robertson really quickly. He also has one NBA championship. He won 1971 when he was a Milwaukee Buck. And I believe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the MVP of that game, of the NBA Finals, 1971. So this was an older Oscar Robertson on that team. So technically, Oscar Robertson was a role player at the time. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, back then, he was named Lou Alcindor. Lou Alcindor. So they both had one NBA championship. And their height, Oscar Robertson is 6'5". Julius Irving, Dr. J is 6'7". Dr. J played in the 1970s and the 1980s, and Oscar Robertson played in the 60s and the 70s. So Oscar Robertson is an older player, older than Dr. J. Honestly, I'm too young to watch them play. I've seen some highlights, so I don't know for sure who's better. Now, rebounder, who do you think is better, Oscar Robertson or Dr. J? So Oscar Robertson's career, he averaged 25.7 points a game, and Dr. J averaged 24.2. So Oscar Robertson has a higher point average, and Dr. J has a 24.2. So Oscar Robertson has a little bit higher point average in his career. Yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like they're very different players and different eras of basketball. And I would say Oscar Robertson. I've had to choose. I'd pick Oscar Robertson just because he's known for his triple doubles. Triple doubles means he has double double in points and double double in rebounds and assists, of course. So it makes it a triple double. Dr. J, I think, is more flashier player and known for his dunks, but I think Oscar Robertson all around might be a better player than him. Oscar Robertson, 12-time All-Star. Dr. J, 11-time All-Star. Both times they won MVP once. So a very interesting matchup. I'll say Oscar Robertson. You'd rather have Dr. J because you think he's a better overall player. Why do you think that Dr. J is a better overall player than Oscar Robertson? I look up their stats. They kind of look very similar stats-wise. Oscar Robertson and Dr. J. They did play a different position. Oscar Robertson was like a point guard. And Dr. J was a small forward. Okay, let's go back. Quite possible a slow load right now. We're at Barclays Center, Brooklyn Nets Arena. The rebounder, this is his team. And he has Memphis Grizzlies court. They have Los Angeles Lakers jerseys. JJR Redick misses that shot. I got the ball. It's very slow. Slow lag. Very slow. Unfortunately. If you just came, my lineup is different players from the Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers, as the Houston Rockets upset the LA Lakers in game 1. And people are always surprised when they win with their small ball lineup. PJ Tucker as center. And they won. Houston Rockets won 112-97. It's only game 1, but you never know. Maybe the Houston Rockets, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, maybe they could defeat the LA Lakers, the mighty LA Lakers and LeBron James. That'll be very tough. Tough thing to do. But it could happen. Patrick Beverly shoots a 3-point shot. Notice anything on my team besides that can be a tumble. Everyone is named Kevin. It's a video idea. Everybody is named Kevin. I think I playing your lineup that's different from what you have. So I have J.J. Redick and Scottie Pippen and Danilo Gallinari and Patrick Beverly. So I don't think those players are named Kevin, right? I'm auto playing, but we're losing by 5. James Harden with the ball. Russell Westbrook now with the ball. Gives the ball LeBron James. LeBron James makes the shot, misses that shot. Patrick Beverly with the ball. Gives the ball to J.J. Redick. Misses that shot. Anthony Davis throws the ball up last minute, but missed that shot. And we lose the game. It's quite slow now. Quite slow in the game. My phone now is 47%, so I have a lot of time. I'm going to go till my phone ends. This person seems new. I haven't seen this person before. The live stream's gotten a little bit slower, a little bit laggy. So hopefully it gets better soon. Oftentimes on small market teams like Giannis Antetokounmpo, that you will eventually go to teams like the Los Angeles Lakers, like the Boston Celtics, etc., etc. InfoSpot 411, thank you for being here. I appreciate your support. James Harden with the ball, misses that shot. Gary Payton with the ball. Couple seconds left, then we're going to play another game. GP Gary Payton, the glove. Very nice move and very nice slow motion. Right there. Now, sometimes these players are very tiny. If you look at it up close, they have Charlotte Hornet jerseys. And Charlotte Hornets are owned by Michael Jordan. And so they have the Jordan Jumpman sign on their jerseys. And the other teams have Nike Swish signs on their jerseys because, of course, Nike makes now. They have a deal that makes the jerseys for the NBA. My opponent has a shooting guard, Fred VanVleet, as shooting guard, Toronto Raptors. Fred VanVleet, only 5 feet 11, 6 feet tall, very short, and he's a shooting guard. My opponent has Oklahoma City Thunder jerseys. And CP3, Oklahoma City Thunder. They lost to the Houston Rockets a couple of days ago. But he has played with a lot of heart. Now a new player, a rookie player, Ryo Hachimura. He is Japanese. His mother is Japanese. His father is African American. And he played for the University of Gonzaga Bulldogs at Washington. And so he's drafted by the Washington Wizards. And now he is their the Wizards' power forward. So, very interesting story. Ryo Hachimura. Also, something that's quite interesting. Ryo Hachimura, I heard, was because he's Japanese, he was signed by a ramen noodle company, Nisen, if that's how you pronounce it, to promote their instant ramen noodles, cup noodles. So that's quite interesting. Ryo Hachimura in the NBA. I don't know too much about his game, but I heard he's not a great 3-point shooter. So I guess he's more of a traditional power forward. Fred VanVleet with the ball. Shoots a very long 3-point shot. Ryo Hachimura with the rebound. Tries to shoot a mid-range shot, but misses that shot. James Harden with the ball. Gives the ball to PJ Tucker. Misses that shot. DK Sports, hello, thank you for coming. Hey, how do you go live? I use the app, Mobizen Live. You know, Mobizen, the screen recorder. I use that app to go live. And it's available on your Google Play Store or Apple Store. Also, many other people also use Omelette Arcade. And also another app available on your Google Play Store and your Apple Store. That's what I use to go live. Thank you for coming, DK Sports. Mobizen Live. Rebounder. No problem. Thank you for coming. Good luck on your video. I said Mobizen Live. And then also there's Omelette Arcade. So those are the apps. And sometimes if you go on Google Play, you could search Livestream, and then those apps usually come up. Now we're going to play against another opponent. Jeremy Lin with the ball. Russell Westbrook with the ball. Anthony Davis now with the ball. They're lighting up because they have special abilities. LeBron James with the ball. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your support. David Robinson with a slam dunk. Russell Westbrook with the ball now. Guarded by Jeremy Lin. I hope Jeremy Lin comes back to the NBA. I hope some team signs him in the offseason. Anthony Davis with a nice little layup move. Jeremy Lin with the ball now. Linsanity, Kawhi Leonard with the ball. It will definitely be interesting in the playoffs to see if the Lakers and Houston Rockets, who will win that matchup. And let's say if the Houston Rockets win, then let's say they play the LA Clippers in the next round. Can James Harden, Russell Westbrook keep that momentum up, and can they defeat the Los Angeles Clippers with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George as they're going to play against another opponent? It must be said, this season, lots of duel. You are the GOAT for sure. My opponent has a Cody White. Cody White played really well for the Chicago Bulls in the beginning of the season. He has a Lauren Marketing, also a great player for the Chicago Bulls. Russell Westbrook with the ball. Westbrookie, I like to call him. Then the beard, James Harden with the ball. Passes it back to his buddy Westbrook. Nice mid-range shot. Actually counted as a three-point shot. Very amazing job. Now it caused a little bit of lag, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. We're going to try to win the game. Wendell Carter Jr. So this team, I think my opponent is a Bulls fan, a Chicago Bulls fan. He has all Chicago Bulls players. But he has Phoenix Suns jerseys in court. So that's kind of confusing. But amazing job. James Harden with a scoring with contact shot. Incredible job. Cody White with the ball. Mr. Cody White. Now, since we're talking about different players, let's look at Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks and their situation, which is they cannot win a championship with Giannis. So Giannis, a lot of rumors that Golden State should try to get him. The Toronto Raptors might try to get him. And probably the Los Angeles Lakers. Probably pretty much a lot of teams are going to try to get him, as he is the MVP for 2 seasons now, right? And then look at his contract. He makes $697,000 a year, which sounds like a lot. But if you look at NBA Trade Machine, ESPN NBA Trade Machine, Chris Middleton actually makes more money than Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is quite surprising and shocking, as Giannis has won the MVP last season and is probably going to win this season as well. And Chris Middleton has a 5-year contract. He probably just signed it. Chris Middleton makes more than Giannis. He makes $30 million. 603 and 448,000. So $30 million a year. Giannis makes only $25 million a year, which is quite surprising. Their third highest paid player is Eric Bledsoe, makes $15 million a year. So very shocking. The highest paid player on the Bucks is Chris Middleton, $30 million a year. Second highest player is Giannis Antetokounmpo, even though he's won the MVP, makes $25 million a year. And Eric Bledsoe is the third highest player, $15 million a year. On Green. Now for their younger players, maybe the Bucks want Jordan Poole or Eric Pascal. As they play, those young players have played quite well. Maybe they want those players. Maybe they want Kevin Looney, who's still young. But for Giannis, I want, of course, better players than that. If I'm the Bucks general manager. LeBron James with a shot, scoring one contact, makes the shot. 110 scoring one content. Now 23% on my phone. Still gonna go more. And looking on a computer, live stream looks pretty good. So we're gonna continue this. And we're gonna try to play more. Until my phone ends. I'm going to talk a little bit less. My opponent has a Spider-Man, Donovan Mitchell. Now there's 30 teams in the NBA. Of course, only one in their whole season, for most of the season. And I think he's a free agent now. Now, Yusuf Nurkic was injured a lot this season, but in the bubble. In previous season, he was their starting center. He has a 3-year deal, $13.1 million, which is pretty good. Now, Trevor Ariza did not play in the bubble, and they're missing him, and he has a 2-year deal, $12.2 million deal. And the other players, Zach Collins has a $4.2 million deal, which are based off his deal contract. And other players. So Zach Collins' contract is pretty good. And yes, I believe Carmelo Anthony is a free agent. And his deal with Portland Trail Blazers was a short deal. It was a $1.4 million deal. So he's very cheap. So if they want to re-sign Carmelo Anthony, who played really well, his comeback, they could definitely re-sign him. $1.4 million. Very cheap. Well, if they want to go in another direction, I honestly do not know how to make the Portland Trail Blazers win a championship. You see CJ McCollum, his contract is he's paid a lot. He's